Trying to figure out my camera angle.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. As promised, KINTSUGI, along with a classic, Old Forester. And for just a little bit of increased complexity, today the doctor is in the background. Okay, KINTSUGI, to start off with, this has got to be the biggest band I've seen on a cigar. This is at most maybe 5.5 inches by, I'm going to say a 52-inch ring gauge. And if you look up a description on this thing, the Alec Bradley KINTSUGI is purported to elicit flavor notes like earth and nuttiness, even some hints of chocolate. Others have even said some spicy cinnamon. We're going to get this thing cut and see where it takes us. And I'll let you know if I'm catching any of those flavors. So, let's check it out. It's got a mild nose, and it is a medium-bodied cigar. Been smoking a lot of, a number of stronger things I've been sharing lately. The Gurkha that we recently did, and I've referenced in my year in review and all good cigar updates. Cigars with fuller bodies, and so I thought it was time to step back just a place or two. From the jump, the KINTSUGI cigar, having been made with a combination of Honduran binder and wrapper layer, with a blend of other Honduran, even from the beginning, when if you're going to catch a hint of pepper, it's going to be after first light. I'm getting just a nice mellow mouth to this cigar, and with the band closer to the foot, I think it's probably going to come off sooner than later. Also, the KINTSUGI seems to have just a pleasant and easy draw without being loose, not tight at all, but a slightly more snug roll than maybe some other cigars. Appropriately firm. This is a well-conditioned stick. It's been in my box for a while, but it has been appropriately curated. I'm going to take a sip of my old reliable Old Forester, 100 proof. We'll smoke a little bit more of this, and we'll get right back with you. I'm probably about an inch or so in, and I'm in the waning light of day, so I've got to get to it. I guess before I go any further, I want to talk a little bit about the cigar background. Alec and Bradley Rubin made this cigar. I'm trying to get a cigar in as the sun sets, and apparently I have a neighbor who's trying to get his grass cut. In any case, Alec and Bradley Rubin made this cigar in an effort to bring together what they felt was becoming a fractured cigar industry because of increased regulation and other things. I don't know exactly how that plays out, but I'm glad they did it, because they intentionally combined the various source tobaccos in such a way as to create a medium-bodied, easy-smoking but flavorful cigar. And in whatever way they felt that would accomplish their task of mending fences or creating or restoring some cohesiveness to the industry, I think they've at least in the regards to the cigar, they've succeeded. One of the things I do see the nuttiness, the earthiness. I'm not catching any pepper. Even on the retro hail, I'm not getting that. But what I do get is, especially when accompanied by my Dr. Pepper, the cherry and almond and vanilla elements there, it does seem to bring out the cinnamon spice. I, I was a little bit, doubtful about that, like whether I would really get true cinnamon. But I'm just gonna say that with my bourbon having flavor notes, traditional characteristics of oak and vanilla, paired with a nice little sip of my Dr. Pepper, for whatever reason, how all those things combine, that cinnamon does come out. I can't go much farther in this review without then making the connection between why Alec and Bradley Rubin made this cigar and the name of the cigar itself, because they're directly connected. Kintsugi is a Japanese artisan tradition of taking broken pottery and mending it back together using silver and gold. I think sometimes even platinum. And essentially what happens is the sum of those parts after being broken are actually stronger and more beautiful in their own way after being mended using those silver and gold elements. And I find that interesting because I think that's what Tony Katz is doing with his Eat, Drink, Smoke podcast, and in combination with hosting his #1 talk show on WIBC in the state of Indiana and the city of Indianapolis. Now, sometimes the dialogue and the interviews and the subject matter that he handles in the bold way that he does can be very provocative, but also necessary, because we do find ourselves, I think many would agree, at a time in our culture where in many ways we're broken and we need mending. I think especially when you combine that with the common ground of a good cigar and an excellent accompanying spirit, is what Tony accomplishes for us by doing so well what he does. So I just want to thank Tony. We were unaware that our producer D Sizzle had tagged Tony on the Eat Drink podcast page on his, I think it was Twitter. And Tony could have done anything. He could have done one of two things. He could have ignored us, but he actually he acknowledged us with a response and an encouragement to continue making videos. And so we just want to give Tony a return nod and thank him so much, because at least half of us on the four-way split are daily members of his audience. And we do appreciate Tony for the things he does. I'm going to keep smoking this. I can tell this is very pleasurable. Alec and Bradley with the Kintsugi are making it easy on me, because I don't have to sit here and put lipstick on a pig and tell you this cigar is good when it isn't. I'm really enjoying this. It's a great mild Honduran smoke. That's kind of what the Honduran leaves are known for, and they are delivering a very flavorful but easy smoking experience. I'm working my way. I'm getting ready to finish the first third, and we'll go into the second third, and I'll see if there's anything there. I have finished the second third, and one of the things I notice, the consistency of the flavor throughout the cigar. There is no crescendo of intensity through the second third. It remains consistent. Those earthy, nutty, spicy characteristics stay there. Every time I sip my bourbon or take a small drink of the Doctor, I'm able to create the same repetition of just pleasant, spicy, and earthy flavor notes. Even on the retro hell, it just is so easy and pleasurable and mellow. And man, what a great way to end a Father's Day. just having a good stick like this, sitting outside in this awesome weather, listening to the birds chirp, having just a relaxing time. My hope for all of you is that whether you're a father or not, that you have been able to enjoy this Father's Day, and that in some small way we share in sharing this common geography of cigar aficionado-ness. Is that a word?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That we were able to stand on common ground and come together. Once again, I just got to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me on this kind of long, meandering cigar review. But I just love taking the time to talk a little bit more because of all the reasons that seem to be kind of just the appropriate confluence of events. Alec and Bradley make the KINTSUGI. They want to bring an industry together. The principle of KINTSUGI is so awesome that even after something is broken, it can be mended in a way that makes it even stronger. Our great fellow Tony Katz doing what he does, being kind enough to respond when he, didn't have to. From myself, Lincoln, on behalf of the four-way split, I just want to wish you a pleasant ending to a great weekend. Let's go into the work week having been fully recharged. I guess I only have one thing left to say. Get a KINTSUGI, smoke it, have a good time, be at. Shalom. Have a good one, guys.